LSU made some coaching moves yesterday, bringing in some new staff members. You can find all the information, of course, on our website, louisianasports.net, which you see. Let me do the Vanna White deal. Ooh, right there behind our heads. If you can see that behind Matt's head. All right, I'm going to throw it to Tay-Tay to give you an update on the staff moves that LSU made.
Yeah, despite the fact that I'm a big Brad Davis fan, LSU could potentially have a new offensive line coach. We'll see where he is, but Eric Wolford has joined Lane Kiffin's staff. Eric Wolford has worked exclusively on the offensive line since 1997, and he's been in the SEC for 9 years now. He was the O-line coach for Kentucky the past 2 seasons. Before that, he was Saban's O-line coach at Bama his last 2 years. He was in South Carolina from 17 to 20. I mean, this guy's been around the offensive line. He's been around the SEC. He's a guy that, I mean, that's somebody that can help you immediately. He has a ton of experience. Also, Dwight Wilson, he's been brought on as a director of recruiting. He served this role under Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss. He comes over as well. So that's shadow staff, analyst, if you will. Not an on-field coaching position, but director of recruiting. But Eric Wolford, we'll see what happens with him. But big-time name, a lot of experience, a lot of SEC experience as well.
Yeah, and Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin played against Kentucky, right, over the last couple of years when he was there. So certainly they've got an up-close look at what he can do with the offensive line. And that is one thing that has to be fixed. You got to get fixed on the offensive line this upcoming season. It was held together with duct tape and super glue, and that might be putting it nicely. I mean, I can remember doing the starting lineups on the broadcast, and me and Gordy are talking back and forth. I'm like, well, I guess they'll move this guy here, they'll move that guy there, and maybe that guy can hold together. It was bad. It was bad. I think there's talent there, but you got to get the most out of that talent. You got to develop some real NFL offensive linemen. And I know you just lost a crew that had 4 guys drafted. It's the obvious statement there. I understand that. But if you want to compete year in and year out in the SEC, that next wave, whatever it is, it has to look completely different than what that next wave just looked like for LSU. Matt, you have to run the football in the Southeastern Conference. You cannot win the SEC by trying to throw the football. You can't go 20 straight plays in a game against Western Kentucky, who's 108th in rush defense, and not hand it off to the running back one time. Like, those things can't happen. That is the position group that I cannot wait to watch in spring football, in summer camp, because it needs to go up by a lot.
The key thing you said there when you were talking about the current offensive line is I think that there's talent there. When you go through an entire season and you don't know, means there's bad scheme.
Yeah.
So there was bad what they were being asked to do was not right. Because we
wasn't
think,
fair to them.
We think that there is talent. But we don't know, which is a problem. I'm sure there's teams all over the country that did a lot more with a lot less than what the LSU Fighting Tigers did with their offensive line. And it is an absolute just travesty of what this offense was this year. So, yeah, I think that you bring in a new system, you bring in new coaching, you bring in different stuff to the same guys, but then you have to supplement too. I think if you're a LSU team and you're an LSU coach and you're hitting the transfer portal and you look for offensive linemen and you say, hey, we're LSU. Yep. This is the 3 initials on our chest here. This is our logo, and this is what we're going to do. This is coming up here, and you can come in and play immediately. Like, you could come in right now and be our starting, whatever, left tackle, left guard, center, whatever it is. And I think there's a really good selling point there in the transfer portal for this coaching staff. Of course, you want to, I think we signed an offensive lineman yesterday. You want to get guys out of high school too, but you don't want to be reliant on a true freshman offensive lineman if you don't have to be.
Right.
So that's, it's to put it lightly that they were put in an unfair spot.
Very much so.
And so, like, that, it's what you want to, like, at the end of the season, you want to have answers on all your guys.
Yeah.
At least an idea of what the answer is. What you said was perfect. I think they are talented, but we don't know because what they were being asked to do was not beneficial to who they could be or what they could be, or even
they should
answering
be.
the question of like, what are they?
Yeah.
You don't run power one time all year. You don't run a normal running game until you tried some things.
Week
You tried some things
7?
past halfway through the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Brian Kelly got fired, they came out and they tried to do some things. They lined up with a fullback. But if you hadn't practiced that stuff, you can't just going to throw it in the midweek.
Yeah.
Like the foundation, we've said it a billion times, like the foundation and the bones of this offense are just flawed. So we don't know what the offensive line was, but like, look at the whole offense. It's hard to find any bright spots on it. You look at Harlan Berry, there's some good things there. Trey Daz, he did some great things, and but like
I thought Caden Durham finished the season strong.
yeah, he did. Like you can pick out the individual performances in games and things that were great, but like from the beginning to the end, what were the bright spots on the offense?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
I know there's talent there.
Yeah.
I think there's talent other places, but you don't know.
Taking a look, because Matt mentioned it quickly there, and if you've listened to this show at all, any period during the football season, we probably said it once a show, LSU football didn't run a single power all season long.
Yep.
Can't believe that. The joke that we always use, you couldn't go a series when we played without running at least one power. Okay, times have changed offensively. You're not going to run as many.
Mm-hmm.
Let me give you a breakdown of what Ole Miss ran a year ago.
Yep. Before you do that, I just want to say that if like you're in like the Catholic school system and your child plays in 5th grade, he runs power. Just want y'all to know that.
Yeah.
They run zone. They probably run power. Maybe stretch.
Yeah.
Just
Without
okay.
question.
Yeah.
The Sunset Acres Indians back in 1989, we ran power.
Mm-hmm.
Just in
Hubbard
case you're
Huskies.
wondering.
Yep. Threw the ball 3 times a game. Ran power.
3?
Maybe.
That's explosive back
Yeah,
then.
no doubt.
Well done.
3-step drop, tight end dump.
What did Ole Miss look like running the football this year? Well, they had 464 run plays. Outside zone, 9% of the time. Inside zone, 31% of the time. A man scheme, maybe probably some duo, 25% of the time. Power, 13% of the time. They ran 61 of those. Counter, 12% of the time. They ran 16 draws. They ran 21 pull leads. They ran 2, which are classified as trick plays. So, as you can tell, there's diversity in this run game, right?
That sounds like a normal running game.
It
Woo. That sounds like a
it
football
can be
team.
done. It has happened before. Diversity in a run game so the defense can't hone in on what you're doing. The highest percentage here, 31% being inside zone. I love it. I love that there's not a 68% something. There's diversity. The best run games in the country, like last year when Cam Scatterboot was going off, we looked at it. They had diversity in the run game. They ran everything.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Love at Notre Dame, tearing it up right now. Diversity in the run game. Even like Ahmad Hardy, who like they run outside zone a ton, but there's still diversity in the run game.
And when we talk about these really great teams running the ball, I'm not even saying great, just these teams that have good offenses, productive offenses, and the diversity in their running game, we're not saying that because they're the outlier.
Right.
Because that's football. Like you run different plays. You don't run the same pass play over and over. If you're LSU, you kind of do. But you don't usually run pass. Like, so we're like LSU's the outlier here is what we're trying to explain to y'all. Like the Ole Miss and the Notre Dames and all these elite teams running the ball, like Jake's going through all these stats, there's diversity, and he's like praising that diversity, which is great. But like it's normal.
That's true.
It's normal. Like that's the normal thing to do.
Right.
The minority in the room has been LSU, who has not been diverse.
Yeah. I did double check just to make sure that over the last 2 games I didn't miss anything. LSU powers 0.
No, you didn't miss it, bud.
Did not miss it.